Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. And if you are new here, hi, hello, my name is Sally. I'm an Etsy seller, a small business owner, a wife, a mom, and I also have this wonderful community here on YouTube where we come together and help each other out, learn, grow, and thrive within our craft or our small businesses. So if you do like content like that, make sure to subscribe down below and I would absolutely love to have you. So today we're going to be talking all about Etsy. And if you don't know the story here, I have been selling on Etsy since 2016. So I've definitely learned a lot throughout the years, what works, what doesn't work, what to stay away from, and all those good things. And these last maybe 6 months or so, I've made a lot of changes in my shop. If you have an Etsy shop, you know that you always have to continue to learn and grow and thrive to be able to have a successful shop on Etsy. I've been able to make it my full-time job and make it a very successful job. There's more than just Etsy too. Like Etsy can open up so many doors for you and your family beyond just selling on Etsy. So we're going to first start by talking about probably one of the most important things, and that is data research. So data and market research. So in the past, I've always, of course, kind of kept an eye on trends and different things like that, but I didn't really take things very seriously. So if there was a saying that I liked, or if there was a color or something that I liked, I would just throw it up on my shop and kind of just hope for the best. And sometimes they would take off and sometimes they wouldn't. I would just delete it from my shop. But you know what that did for me? That wasted a lot of time and energy because I wasn't really sure how it would do. Now I try and back up my item with research. So if I'm gonna sell a product, a saying, a font, I'm gonna go and back it up with some research, see is it trendy, and I already have the trend ideas in my mind while I'm doing my research and trying to figure out what to sell. So that is very important. But let's talk about how to do that. There's lots of ways to do market research. There's lots of ways to see what's trending, but I'd say the best and most easy way to start is just Google searching. What is trending right now? What is trending in early 2022? What are summer trends in 2022? Just things like that, and just kind of write down what you see. That's going to give you a great idea of patterns and colors and different things that are trending right now. But as well as that, you need to also join all the Facebook groups. So of course, if you sell wood signs, go join all the woodworking groups. If you sell sublimation items, go join all the sublimation groups. And keep an eye on them. See what people are posting, see what fonts people are using, and yet again, write those things down, because doing so is going to really give you a good idea of what you should be making. So when you're creating a product or when you're doing this market research, you have to always remember and keep in mind that you're not creating this product for you, you're creating this product for them, for the audience and for the market and for what people are searching for. So let's say you hate leopard print, like you absolutely hate it, despise it, but if you were doing your trend research, you'd realize leopard print is actually super hot and super trendy right now. You'll find it in like literally everything. So you better believe, even if you might not like leopard print, maybe you could sprinkle in a little bit of leopard print in your shop if it's of course something you can do, because you have to keep this in mind. If somebody is searching for leopard print something, you are going to have a chance of ranking in search that way because you have that leopard print trend in your item. So that's something I always like to remind people is when you're doing this research, don't ignore a pattern or a style that you don't like, because remember, you have to always create for them and the audience and not necessarily yourself. But do keep in mind, of course, you have to stand by your business and your brand and yourself. So if there's something that does not align with you and your business, stay away from it, of course, but remember to incorporate those trends. I promise you it'll be all worth it. It's something I incorporated within these last year, I'd say, and I've definitely noticed an increase in sales just by doing that one little thing. Kind of along with that, you can always try and sell items that are always in need or things that people are always searching for. So for example, people are always getting married and people are always having babies. So wedding items, wedding decor, wedding things are always going to be searched for. Those are my best selling items, are my wedding items. And along with that, second best is baby items. Like you say, people are having babies, they're gonna go on Etsy and try and find something cute to put in their nursery or for their baby name sign so they can hold it in the cute little hospital. So there's a lot of things and items that you can kind of be guaranteed search, and it's searchable by just selling that type of items. So keeping in mind items that are constantly being used and searched for are those items that you need to focus on. Like I said, weddings, baby, parties, events, back to school, holidays. These are things that continually happen all the time. You can guarantee people are going to be on there searching for Christmas decor. Christmas is the best time for us Etsy sellers. So, you know, you just have to always keep in the back of my mind, what is coming up? What can I make in regards to this event or this item or this holiday? And you'll be golden as well. So that's something that I've really tried to narrow down this year as well, is things that are always in need. So kind of piggybacking off of the data and market research, we're going to do something called product validation. So validating that your products are going to sell is really important because you want to make sure that you're not wasting your time. So seeing what is selling in real time is what is important here. So thank you so much to Everbee for sponsoring this portion of today's video. I promise y'all are not going to want to miss it. So let's go ahead and hop onto the computer and I'll show you exactly how I do it. All right, so here we are at everbee.io, and this is that product validation tool that I was telling you about. And the cool thing is that you can try it absolutely free with no credit card required, which is awesome. It is as simple as just downloading a browser extension that goes onto your computer, and it just downloads data from Etsy and lets you know in real time what's selling right now, how many products of that are selling, and how much revenue those products are bringing in, which is something unlike anything else out there. It's really awesome, honestly. And of course, if you want to upgrade, they have upgraded options if you want to have more searches per month and things like that where you can pay to upgrade. But to try it out and to use it is absolutely free. So like I mentioned before, it gives you product research to find high demand products to sell on Etsy so that you can make what's trending, gives you revenue analytics to see how other Etsy listings are performing so that you can make high revenue products, save time by only making and selling what people are actually buying, and create best sellers so you can build a growing and sustainable business. So let's head on over to Etsy and I'll show you exactly how it works and how I've been using it. All right, so here we are on Etsy.com, and as you see, when you download the browser extension, it's just gonna pop up this little toolbar on the left-hand side, and it gives you the tools that you need to be able to pull the data that you need. So we're gonna be looking for teacher gift ideas. So we know right now that teacher is the end of the year, so your people are searching for teacher gifts. So that's an item that we want to create for our shop. So we're going to type in teacher gift, press enter, and then you're going to go and look and see what you see. So on the main page on Etsy, what it is usually is you'll see the first page is people that have really good SEO. So good titles, tags, descriptions, keywords, and products that are currently probably selling really well if they got ranked on that first page. So we can only see so much ourselves though. We can make guesstimates on what we think is selling well, you know, by these popular now tabs or the bestseller badges and things like that. But that's really all the knowledge that we have on our own. So that's where Everbee comes in handy. So now that we're on this page, we want to know how much money are these products making, what's worth our time, etc., etc. So we're going to go over here and click this analytics button. So what it is doing right now is pulling all the data from the first page, and it is going to give you the product name, shop name, how much it sells for, how many favorites it has, an estimated total number of sales, estimated monthly sales, and estimated monthly revenue. So that is really cool that you can see the monthly sales and the monthly revenue. So that's something that we're going to focus on are these two right here, and favorites as well, because you know that when people are favoriting items, they're adding them to their carts. So it's things that people are currently looking for as well. But what we want to focus on is this monthly sales and monthly revenue. So I'm going to go ahead and filter it by clicking this arrow here, and it is going to filter it by the highest amount of sales on that first page, which is this personalized beaded lanyard. And the monthly revenue that they are making is $2,000 a month, which is crazy for one product. That is really awesome. So what's even cooler about this monthly revenue thing is that if this person, for example, had different sized lanyards, so I don't know how lanyards are, but let's say that there's a 12-inch, a 16-inch, 24-inch, or something like that. If people are going and buying the higher variations of those, their revenue could be way higher than this even. So that's a cool thing to realize, is that this person is making a lot of money on this, and we're seeing the minimum that she could be making. So that's definitely something really cool to think about too. Let's say we want to filter and see, is this the highest amount of revenue on the first page? Let's go ahead and filter that. So it looks like it is second here. So we're going to really focus on this one because this one's getting more sales. So that means that this person is selling a lot of this product. So all we have to do is just click on the listing here. And what it's going to give us is even more information. So it's going to tell us what title they used, how long the listing has been active, some categories and tags, and things that worked for this person. Now, I do want to stop and say that when we're doing this research, we're not doing it so that we can just go and copy these people's ideas and be like, oh, I'm going to go make that exact lanyard, take that exact photo, use their exact titles and tags. What you have it for is to be able to give you ideas of what is selling. So for example, these teacher lanyards are selling. So let's say you make vinyl or you do vinyl products. You could make a vinyl decal lanyard with acrylic, or you can make this with your own colors and patterns and styles and duplicate it because you know that it is doing well. So that's kind of what our whole thing here is getting inspiration, seeing tags that are working, titles that are working, and products that are working so that we can go and create products in our own way that work. Like for me, I make laser items, I make vinyl items, so I could totally duplicate something similar to this, but not have it look like hers, because obviously we don't want to take her business and copy her. So that's kind of an idea that we have here, but it gives you all this information that we would not be able to see on our own, which is really cool. I'm going to collapse this down, and this is where you can kind of go and browse different pages, different ideas. But the cool thing about Everbee is that you can actually use it on any page on Etsy. So let's go back to Etsy. All right, so I'm just going over to the home and living section just to get an idea of what is selling well. So this might give you some ideas, like depending on the products that you sell. So if you just want to just browse and get ideas, we're going to go click here, hit analytics, and let's just see what we see. And it looks like this custom wood palette sign, which I've seen this one all over Etsy, is doing really well. And they're making about $7,600 per month on just one listing, which is absolutely crazy to think about. And if you want to even like look in more depth, you can actually go to the listing and you can pull up the analytics from there too. And you can get ideas of like their titles, tags, descriptions, and keywords as well. So you can kind of just see, you know, how it's doing. So here's the tags that they're using and the titles that they're using and their photos. So it just gives you some, like I said, inspiration and ideas for things that are selling well on Etsy. So here are the pricing plans that Everbee offers. As you see here, you can try it out completely for free and use it for 10 analytics searches per month. You get the revenue analytics, the tag analytics, and no credit card required. And if you want to upgrade, if you end up enjoying it and loving it, which I'm sure you would upgrade to the Pro plan or the Growth plan. So those are some great options. I do promise you guys that if you know me, I don't share things unless I actually feel like they're worth it. And to me, Everbee is a really awesome browser extension that it's unlike any other that I've ever seen. And it's definitely helped me in my shop during this time of change and me relaunching my shop and listing new products every day. I'm still in the early stages of just relaunching and adding new products. And I've been getting great results from this by utilizing this tool. So if you guys would like to also try out Everbee for yourself, there is a link down below, and it is an affiliate link. So if you click that, you are helping to support my channel and support me. And it just means the absolute world to me. So thank you so much. And like I said, you can't really go wrong with even just giving it a try and trying out this hobby plan, because it has helped me so much. And thank you, Everbee, so much for the opportunity. And I'm going to continue using it, and I'll give you guys some updates and things along the way. So when I relaunched my shop in February, I took a big break from December to February because I wanted to get to know my laser and kind of list new products and work on my shop. So one thing I noticed when I relaunched was it was slow. I was so ready for sales to kick back up again. I was so used to getting like a lot of sales per day, and it was kind of like maybe one, maybe two, like here and there, and I was ready to boost it up. Now, keep in mind, my products do cost a little bit more now. Back before, you couldn't find anything over $50 in my shop, but now you can find lots of products well over $50 just because of the market that I'm in at this point. So I knew that it was going to be a little bit slower, but I was ready to kind of amp it up a little bit. I had an idea of a certain amount that I wanted to make per day. So something I was researching within my market research, I was noticing that a lot of shops were putting their products on sale, but they're not really on sale because I've been watching these shops and they stay that price. So I got to thinking, I was like, I'm gonna try this out and just see what happens. So I went on my shop, it was nighttime, and I marked all of my products about 10% off, which is really not anything at all, but I just wanted to see what happened. The next day I woke up and I had 10 sales. So that pretty much let me know right there, either my pricing was a little bit too high or people wanted that sale price. And so I played around with a couple things throughout the months to see what works and what doesn't. and it is the sale price because I increased my number a little bit and then I marked them on sale 15% off, and my sales are continually coming in. I turned my sales off for a while just to see what happened. Sales slowed a little bit. So it definitely was that little green on sale that you'll see when you're doing your, when you're on Etsy search and you're searching through all the items. You're gonna see items marked on sale. Etsy makes it pretty obvious that they're on sale. It'll even let customers know that had that item in their cart, hey, it's on sale. So something I noticed is marking on sale does increase sales. So if you're ever wondering, or if you're ever noticing that sales are slow, make sure you're pricing accordingly though. Like, make sure you up your price a little bit if you need to adjust that sale price and see what happens, because it definitely worked for me and it works for a lot of other Etsy sellers. I actually have a couple friends that are Etsy sellers as well, and they do the same thing. There's even a couple friends of mine that will continually change and adjust their pricings just depending on how many sales they're getting. But that one thing went from 0 sales to 10 overnight. So it's something to keep in mind, and it's something to definitely try out and see if it works for you. It definitely worked for me. It definitely works for a lot of Etsy sellers that I'm friends with. A lot of shops do it. And like I said, you don't have to live by it. You don't have to do it all the time. If you're doing fine without having your items on sale, definitely keep doing you. But just know if you're noticing that maybe you have higher cost items, marking them on sale a little bit can sometimes draw that buyer a little bit more in and make them want to purchase more than maybe like if it wasn't on sale. So keep that in mind. So something else I've been really focusing on is personalization and customization. So as you know, you can go to Hobby Lobby and buy a wood sign that just says home. But when you go to Etsy, you can find signs that say home with their name on it and established date, and you can change the frame color. So just kind of keep in mind that if you can personalize it, do it. Find every single way and option to be able to customize something, because that's really going to broaden your audience. They're coming to Etsy for something unique and different and custom. So that's what you want to offer your audience, is just different, unique things. And if you can't customize it per se, find a way to make more color variations of it. Or like if it's a sign, you can make different stain options, like, and offer as many as you can. Because back in the day, I only had like 1 or 2 stain options, and that limited my audience, and I was already doing pretty well with those just 2 colors that I had. But once I offered more like 8 stain colors, it really broadened my audience, because people said, hey, I didn't know I could get in all these different colors. This matches my home better. So that's just kind of going to show that you might think like, what is going on? Why am I not getting sales? That might be one of the things that's hindering you, is just being able to have it more custom. So find a way to add their name, find a way to change up the colors, the stains, the patterns, anything you can do to customize, do it, and you're gonna notice an increase as well. So you might be at a spot right now where you're like, I just don't know what to do. The sales are slow, and trust me, they're slow everywhere right now just because of the way that the world is going right now. But you can do things to keep it going. Like we were talking about, all those things that we mentioned before. Just take a breath, take a step back, and evaluate and see what things that you can do. Focus on the things that you can control, you know, selling items that are relevant to right now and things that are continually happening, like babies and weddings and parties. Those things are not going to change. So if you can alter and be ready to shift and pivot at any point in time, you'll have a successful business and you're gonna do great. And like I said, there's so much more even just beyond Etsy that you can do for yourself. These things have not only helped my Etsy shop, they've also helped increase sales on my website, and they've helped increase sales on social media. So just know that all of those tips you can utilize anywhere, not just on Etsy. So I hope that that helped you today. Thank you again, Everbee. Thank you to everyone who is watching this video, and I can't wait to see where this takes all of you. And if it did help you, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.